How's it going, everybody? We're going on Facebook Live now. We got the Valerie. Violet. We got Violet from Toxikk Deception, and he is killer. He is on the next level. He is the best. He's one of my favorite local producers, and like just makes a new sound with this gothic sound. He's beyond his age with what he listens to, and he is really cool. And Violet, you want to say anything else about what you got going on with your music?
Fuck with the settings. Touch niggas in the hands.
Sorry. Yeah, I have a new album coming out via CD and digital through DSBP Records. It comes out on this Halloween, this October 31st. It's going to be called New Organ. Half of the album is EBM industrial, and then the second half of the album was the genre witch punk. However, I am discontinuing the second wave of witch punk for, some reasons that we'll probably talk about at some point. There's some rumors going around. Anyway, so you.
Yeah, just your music's great, man. Tell us about your record sales, bro. Like how you doing with CD? What is it? Bandcamp. We sold out of like the first P line of Lucid Visions, which is like really fucking good. Like I'm really happy about that. But as far as record sales go, like we had a recent spike in activity, which brought some people, more like in digital sales and stuff like that. It was after we played a live show locally, which is even funnier because I thought that there was like 2 years ago I was homeless and I would have
a long way.
Yeah,
come a long way.
But I would have thought 2 years ago when I was out there, like that, like if I was gonna play a show in the area and it was gonna get people to like look at me, that it would be a good thing. But like, but now that there's like a shit ton of fucking people looking at me, I want a lot of people to leave me alone. So yeah.
It's like that song, the Hotel California by the Eagles. My interpretation of that song is always it was about fame. That Hotel California, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Once you're famous, That's it. People are going to know you. But, so you can check out, you can die, you can bite the radish. We were just talking about TLC earlier. Yeah, their member, Left Eye, passed away. Rest her soul.
In peace,
she was only 30. Died in a car accident. And you can check out anytime you like. But we're always going to remember Left Eye. We always, she's never going to leave that Hotel California. You're always going to remember her. And that's, it's like I get people watching the show occasionally going, hey, were you that Fox guy from Dust Crust? Yep, not that cool anymore, am I? Yeah, I got this link on YouTube. I suck, but, people will remember you. Which, proud of you, pal. Really proud of you. You're one of
you've come so far, bro. I was telling Fox, I remember when you were just some kid at like some like.
Oh God! You fucking alcoholic.
Yeah.
Club.
I only smoke weed.
I think it's like mandatory that I have to have a beer when I'm doing a podcast.
I don't know. I usually like to have joints. I have a Toxic Smoke.
Well, then let's hook it up there, big dollar.
You got a joint?
What's
You got weed. You got weed, motherfuckers. We got some weed. We're gonna smoke some weed on this.
Recreational cannabis
I try to be as good as possible.
For those of you who really want to see it, I'm not going to talk about it. I got my medical card, so
he is as good as possible. Why do you think that we're not as good as possible? Like weed is legal.
Weed is good, legal. Man.
It's perfect.
Well, let's get some sponsorships, yo.
Yeah. On that note, fuck the Fed on weed not being federally recognized as being legal. 10th Amendment, state supersedes federal law. Twirl. Yes, that was a Jack and Daxter reference.
I'm rolling in my grave.
All right, so
I'm screaming inside my head.
Oh no! Oh boy!
I don't know.
We got our first commenter over here.
Oh wow, we got someone commenting. People
yeah,
watch your
people love
podcast?
Joey Ramon Hernandez is fuck yeah, V Toxikk Deception. What does V stand for?
Probably Violet.
Vagina.
V for Vendetta.
V for vagina.
So let's talk about some of the equipment you got. Tell us about your keyboards. Like I saw your video where you were talking about what's better, software or hardware. You know what I mean? Here, Fox did this shit.
Yeah.
Tell us which one do you think is better? Because I actually kind of want to know. Like I didn't watch the whole video, but I want to know in a nutshell what you exactly did.
So basically what I did was like I established the very, very quick process of on like an analog sequencer of using a like a note tracking sequencer. Is basically all that you do is you hold that, like on the synth that I have a couple of synths, but the one that I mainly use is the Behringer MS1. The other one that I have is a Korg, but it's kind of broken, so I haven't used it since the production.
I didn't know you had a Korg. What model of Korg do you have? Is it a Triton?
I believe it's a Triton.
Very 66 key. How many octaves are on
I
the
think
keyboard?
it was 32.
That's
It was
gross.
very small.
That's really gross.
Very, very, very small.
Is it just a controller?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yes. It's one of the. It's got the.
Oh, I remember that thing.
Yeah.
That was your old controller that kept breaking, didn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, that's
right. Yes.
The
ones that
then you finally
see
stopped fucking buying them because they kept fucking breaking. I remember that. You went through 2 or 3 of them, didn't you?
They were fucking garbage.
That reminds me of the Digitech multi-effects processors.
That Greg had.
Yeah.
And I tried feeding my vocals through
Some
it.
comments, yo.
Here's some comments. Isaiah Hakes is what.
Anyways.
Hey, dude.
Anyways, what were you saying about?
You see this button here? You see this button here with the person and the arrow? Click on that, and you want free viewers.
I was trying to do that with you.
You want? Yeah. Here we
Go
go.
fucking do it.
Check
then.
this out. Here, you just go down through the list.
I know about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some people.
And all that you hear, be our court
Let's get
jester.
some.
The toxic train wreck.
Yeah.
Toxic shit show.
Toxic shit show. Yeah. So we're just
inviting
inviting everybody.
We
Yep.
try to put this
more.
podcast on, and then we break the coffee table. And right at the beginning of the podcast, we got to go.
Yeah, we almost
invite
we
people.
broke my mom's. All right, so you guys want to hear about this table? Let me tell you about this table. So this table right here that we just tried to move so we can get the cameras in here. It was my mom must have spent like $200 on this table, right? This is like an expensive ass table.
Looks like an antique.
And so I get some sage, right? I have like a bunch of sages, like old sage, new sage. I put it all on this plate, right? And then I lit a bunch, right? And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go to Burby's. So which is our liquor store we just went to get our alcohol. And I was like, I'm gonna go to Burby's just for a second. I go to Burby's, I come back in, I'm like, oh shit, there's lots of smoke coming out of the living room, right? So then, you guys look at this. Look at that. We have to hide. We have like a little antique, like.
Oh, you lit the table on fire.
The plate broke in half, and I had sage on it, and like it almost caused a fire. And I had to put it out, and I had like people from New York staying here. It was all embarrassing. I had to hide it. It was just crazy shit.
The emotional entrepreneur lights his house on fire.
I gotta think about that entrepreneur.
Yo, what's up?
Dude, the emotional entrepreneur. That video needs to
the emotional
That is
entrepreneur.
the best video.
People are taking my names too. I already see people making YouTube videos saying
By the
entrepreneur.
way, anyone
Yes,
who
dude.
watches that old
Yes,
emotional
people take my
entrepreneur
name.
video, do not call that number. It's not his number anymore. He doxes himself in the video. It's fucking.
Yeah,
And I doxed him at the same time and read acid pill eater, which I had to take down because it was your fucking idea.
What?
Told me to take that video down.
Okay. Oh, I remember that. Never mind.
Yeah. Why was that? You use legal trouble?
Well,
Are you gonna sue me?
You inadvertently
I'll
doxed him.
use my sample my shit, bro. If anybody would sample, I'm glad.
I've already been doxed. I don't give a fuck. But if you really want to find shit about me, it's out there. You can find it.
You could.
So-
His penis is on the internet.
It's a well-known fact. I was in an adult film once, a professional one, not some X-Videos shit.
So let's
shit's behind a paywall.
Since we're talking about Fox, let's talk about Fox. I want to talk about.
Yes, let's talk about.
I want to talk about.
I want to talk about
my outfit. I want to talk about if you're ready.
I am higher than all things.
Fox. Could you tell us about Brad? Could you tell us about Brad Delp of Boston and how you relate?
Allegedly, I have no reason to disbelieve her, but according to my mother, I'm a distant cousin of Brad Delp.
And did you say you met him?
No, I met his brother.
His
what was his name? It was Scott Delp. I forgot his fucking name. No, I met his brother. Ages ago. I was very young. I think it was around the time Brad Delp. Well, guy's suicide is very wrong, and that's why I wrote a song. It's something you should not do, and if you die, I'll fucking kill you. So
yeah, but Boston was a great band. My mom listened to a lot of Boston. So, and we're in a band now. Me and Fox are in a band called the Homeless Sexuals, and we have some demos. We have a couple live demos out there, some early demos out there. We got our own names, you know what I mean?
The Homeless Sexuals, however, has been on hiatus.
We're on a little bit of hiatus.
I'm not a part of the Homeless Sexuals.
And then we got Violet of Toxikk Conception, who is just killing it right now. And what? Tell us about your new track. Remember you're talking about?
Wait, would you like me to kill something?
Maybe later, but tell us about your track.
All right. You mean the newest one, right?
The newest one.
Skinwalker. Yes, this is a brand new track that I did. It's based off of an old ZenDen-ME song, but it's been basically reconstructed. I only keep the arsonist set fire to the Skinwalker is really the only lyric that stays the same. The whole entire instrumental construct. I basically took the name and the hook of this. I'm gonna admit it. I took the name and the hook of the song and I stole it for my own work. But it sounds fucking fire.
It's not
you
really,
guys check that out.
Stealing if
it's borrowing.
You can't.
You can't.
He's sampling.
Like it's your own work.
Yeah.
So you're not.
It is. Yeah. So check out my new song Skinwalker. It's a hot.
Sue yourself for royalties.
Yeah. This is you rock, baby bro. Thank you. Wait. What am I missing? I'm here. Divine Virtual Reality. Oh yes. By the way, I do want to show anybody who's watching on Nick's end. Go check out Divine Virtual Reality. That's Joey Ramon Hernandez's band. Wow, I'm high.
Some good shit, right?
It is some good shit. Yeah, what was I talking about?
Later. But anyways, tell us about your makeup. Like how exactly do you
what happened to the fucking light?
I don't know. Like
your computer died. It's not plugged in.
Should be plugged in.
Hey, but the lights look good over here.
Anyways,
jeez, that's not
so we'll keep talking. But
there we go. It'll turn back on.
Yeah, but anyways,
you should go secure that power supply. I'll take it from here while you do that. How about your single, New Organ?
That's actual. Well, I mean, it's a single, but it's also the title.
It's the title track of the record. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well, hence my confusion. But why don't you tell us a little bit about that? I know that song's got a message. Maybe some people really can't understand your vocals.
The vocals, yeah. Well, I mean, the message of the song is really so. We all have these computers in our pockets, I mean, as a matter of fact, we're streaming on 2 computers right now, 3 if you count this one for a light, and one in this pocket. And these things have gotten so advanced that they've become almost like an addictive drug.
Got to do my Zoolander.
This addictive drug known as cell phones is the new organ. And I'm actually I know that I look all weird because I'm making fun of Damien Zygote. But to be completely honest, I'm being completely serious right now. These phones are they're causing higher rates of violence, higher rates of crime.
Do you have a single fact to back that up?
Well, I mean,
that phones are causing
well,
violence.
they're not causing.
I mean, this reminds me of the age-old video games cause violent ideation.
I don't mean that. I don't mean video. I don't mean phones themselves cause violence. I mean phones themselves make it easier for people to get into like fights and for violence to happen. There are stupid people out there. There have been higher rates of people.
There's always going to be stupid people.
Yeah.
One thing I can tell you that cell phones have done undeniably is increase the rate of automobile accidents.
They have. They've also increased the rate of government trafficking, and not trafficking.
I don't know
tracking.
about that. Yeah. Surveillance. So,
I didn't mean trafficking. I meant
your new organ.
Jesus Christ!
Your new organ is spying on you all the
time.
It's always listening. It's always recording. There's a reason I still use a flip phone, and I had to get this new phone recently, and it's a smartphone cleverly disguised as a flip phone. I fucking hate the damn
They are like new skin. They control our minds. They're the reason we waste our time. We sit up looking at them at night.
Gotta get that dopamine injection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like a drug. They sell. They're like a fucking nostalgia being sold back to you through advertisements, through videos. They're addictive. They distort everything that could have been, ever would have been if you didn't have them, because everything that you look at is been fucked with because they had to be uploaded to YouTube.
And now, almost like an organ, they're vital to survive in society.
Some modern society.
I don't know how many people... Like, I just got my first QR code reader yesterday. I've never had a QR code reader on any of my devices. I didn't even fucking know what a fucking QR code was until 3 years ago. I see them everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit? Yeah, a QR code. Now I finally got a QR reader.
Joey's asking a question, or he's saying something. He's got a
Joey Ramon Hernandez.
Yes.
All right.
How you doing? You're famous.
Question.
Well, yes, you are. But I'm aware of you at least. So, what's this question?
Oh, his thing is, people creating violent behavior is basically in the palm of our children's hands. Very addicting.
How about WorldStar?
Yeah, phones.
Remember
what about Reddit?
What do you mean by very addicting? Do you mean that people's violent behavior is very addicting? Or do you mean that putting violent behavior in the palm of our children's hands is addicting? Or are we relating to phones? I'm so confused.
Yeah, to all the people out there though,
I actually do.
If it wasn't for Reddit, some of my stuff would not have gotten thousands of views on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, you guys do Reddit at all?
I have a Reddit account. I won't disclose what it is because it's incognito. But I have a Reddit account.
Do you guys remember when Bitcoin and that one Reddit Bitcoin?
Actually, on that note, shout out to Deep Down. I discovered you through Reddit. Big shout out. We actually do, we're not fucking you, dude. We actually want to collaborate with you. I know you're busy. I know you got all these projects going on.
He doesn't have time.
Did he actually get back to you?
He never talked to me,
not
once.
He did talk to me briefly.
I mean, he commented on a couple of We're calling you out, dude, though, but
Why are you calling out Deep Down? What did he do to you?
I'm calling him out by saying, dude, we're trying to reach out to you and,
Oh yeah, we totally want to work with you, dude.
Yeah.
We think your music's fucking fire. Check him out. If you guys haven't listened to Deep Down yet, check him out. If you like that trip hop kind of sound and you like industrial, think 9 Inch Nails meets Lil B.
And
it's great. Check him out. And the guy's got a brain I want to pick. I discovered him through Reddit. I was saying earlier, and. He contacted me on YouTube. It's like, you got an Instagram? I'm like, you can't pay me to use Instagram, but I'll message you on Reddit. He's like, yeah, right. And then I message him on Reddit. He's like, holy shit, you really did. So yeah, no, Deep Down, we want to work with you.
You're getting a question.
So Fox is in the Toxikk Deception. No, he is not in Toxikk.
I was.
Oh, he was.
I was.
You know what else? We also said we're going to talk about Greg. Let's talk about we'll talk about Fox too.
We need to talk about her question.
Yeah, let's talk about
his involvement with the band.
So Fox, what was your involvement with Toxikk?
I played bass 2 years ago, something like that.
About a year ago.
And we barely did anything. And he didn't ask me to leave the band. He flat out kicked me out. Right around the time that we started doing the
IBS series
thing.
That was the reason why Which means...
for those of you who haven't figured it out yet, I guess I'm going to come clean. That was a publicity stunt. So...
Yeah.
But no, man, I'd support you live anytime.
Some people fell for it.
Some people did. A lot of people fell for it, actually. There's people to this day that think the beef is real.
That probably will still think the beef is real when they see those videos. So you'd be like, oh, dude, these guys must hate each other.
Yeah, there's people ignorant of the situation will probably believe it. But, I mean, your follow-up is so over the top and ridiculous that if they'd have had fucking how many brain cells rubbed together if they couldn't put two and two together and figure out that's fake? You know? But, yeah, no, I played bass for Toxikk Deception some 2 years ago or whatever. I did leave the band, but on that note, for the record, in front of everyone, I would support you live anytime. I would, if you needed a live bassist, anytime.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, hands down, dude. I'd help you. I'd lend my, you have my axe, you know. Anyone get that Lord of the Rings reference? Shut up!
Anyway, so we also had Greg Culver in the band at one point, who was a dear friend of all of ours. I actually got a story about Greg. You want to hear about this? Do you know about this?
I'm gonna need some weed for this.
All right, here we go.
I still miss Greg a lot, dude.
Yeah, grab the shit.
Here, so what the fuck? All right, let me see this shit.
Impressive.
So I was. I'm a producer, right? I'm a record producer, and I had Greg, who wanted to come into my studio, right? And he was paying me like maybe $10 every 2 months to record with me.
Oh Jesus, I forgot about this actually.
And and it was it wasn't a lot of money, and I was just like, all right, bro, when you get the rest to me, you can try to pay me the rest when you see me. And this dude must have given me 5s and 10s for at least 6 months or something like that, right? Just to record him. And I recorded with him before, and it was fun. But
listen to the story.
I recorded him, it was fun. But the last time I recorded him, I was like, all right, I've held on to your money for at least 6 months now. You need to come to the studio so we can record this demo. And he died. I called him. I was like, bro, and it was in the middle of the pandemic. I was willing to just drive to his house and knock on his door to see what the fuck was going on. But my mom was like, no, you drive out there. You're crazy, because this is not the time to go out there. And then I called Fox, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna look up. And then the next day he calls me back, Fox Roney right here, and he's like, he's dead. And I was just like, what?
I knew that man for almost 15 years. Now I got my Greg story. How I met Greg. I was 19 years old. This was again some 15 years ago.
Stories.
And this is kind of a humorous story.
Good.
Because it's how I met Greg. We're pretty. You can't make this shit up.
I love that guy so much.
I was getting out of my shrink appointment. Yeah, gotta love how this story's starting already. I was 19. I was pretty overweight at the time. Nice work. Good push.
Thank you. You fuck up my stream.
Thanks. We're all dead. Congratulations, Nick.
All right.
We're all dead.
Okay, here we go.
Thanks. Anyway, I'm sitting out waiting for, I think my brother was picking me up from the appointment. It's the middle of January, blistering cold outside. And this random 33-year-old man, heavy set, fat, balding guy in a long coat. You niggas need to stop fighting. Stop touching things with your hand. Put that shit down. Fine, fuck. I'm telling a fucking heartwarming.
He's telling a heartwarming story, goddammit.
I met your mother. I'm talking.
All right. Tell us.
I'm the only one who's fucking acting right here.
All right, tell us.
I don't know. Whip my dick out and put it in your mouth.
No,
so
it looks good.
Right?
It looks good now.
It's hard to
So anyway, I'm 19 years old. I'm this angry goth kid with spiky short purple hair and a fucking Marilyn Manson or a fuck you or a Black Sabbath t-shirt or something on. I don't remember. Trip pants with the chains on them and shit. Headphones on. Clearly don't want to be talked to. And this fucking 33-year-old balding fat man walks up to me and is like, hey, you look like a guitar player. You want to learn how to play guitar? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, fucking talk to me. Who the fuck are you? Who's this old guy talking to me? And I'm just like, actually, I play bass. And you want guitar lessons? It's like, why don't you fucking walk up to me asking me if I'm a musician, profiling me, and then offering me guitar lessons after I tell you I already played, no thanks, go the fuck away. Guy doesn't want to fucking talk to you. Wound up becoming my best friend for like 16 years. I recorded him. I ran a studio in Belfast, Maine for a little while, and I recorded him. Oh man, bless his heart, but the guy couldn't play worth shit. And I recorded, I think 6 tracks or so at this little makeshift studio I had. And he paid for it. He bought me lunch and shit. I was like, yeah, fuck it, dude. You want me to, I'll fucking do whatever you want from you. If you're going to buy lunch and shit, all right, I'm down.
He was buying lunch?
It was, oh yeah, he was buying lunch at Alexi's Pizza almost every fucking day. It was great. Like, but his talents were lackluster at best. So I'm recording it. I get it all done. And he's just like, take creative license and name the tracks for me. Go ahead, just do it. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to call it? You can't put the fucking ball in my court like this after coming to my fucking house and record all this shit. So I start naming the tracks, and I made passive-aggressive names for them, like Suckitude and shit like that. I think I named the record. I think
Maximum Suckitude.
Maximum Suckitude, I think was the name of the record.
It's so mean,
I was pretty mean to him. That's part of the
so
reason it breaks
mean.
my heart, because when he did pass away, I'll wrap this up with a final anecdote that's worthy of Chris Christopherson level speech. But anyway, so he's like, Nate, take poetic license, name all the tracks. I don't fucking want to do this. You paid me, fuck it, I'll do it. I start passive-aggressively naming each track. And one of them, like, I think it was the 6th track, the last one, I'm listening to it, and I'm going, it just sounds like a fucking buzzsaw. I can't picture anything to this except for a jigsaw going, a buzzsaw. I go, jigsaw, buzzsaw, 6th track. Saw 2 had come out at around that time. And I go, I'll name it Saw 6. Because surely they're not going to make a 6th Saw movie, right? Inadvertent copyright infringement. My song I should sue Lionsgate for Saw 6 because I recorded Greg's fucking, they can go fucking pound sand. Because I fucking recorded a song by Greg. Greg and I should have sued Lionsgate for Saw 6 because I fucking had that shit fucking copywritten. Poor man's copyright at the time, but anyway.
Saw 6.
Yeah. Greg had a track called Saw 6, and I named it Saw 6 because surely they would make a 6 Saw movie, right? Anyway.
Why didn't they use you in the movie? They should have called you up and been like, yo, we need you for the movie.
Another band I know of, actually, I've spoken to before, London After Midnight, Sean Brennan.
You know them?
I don't know him. I've spoken to him once.
I've got a Greg story.
That's a great fucking...
Back to Greg.
Let me close off the Greg, my bit about Greg. Because we all had one thing in common, all of Greg's friends, before he passed away. He'd call us, hey, you want to hang out? And we'd be like, busy. We really weren't busy. We wouldn't give him our time. Shit. This started to get heavy, dude. I might have to step down from this whatever this podcast we're doing is. And we always blew him off. And that record I mentioned that I recorded for him in Belfast, he lost a copy over the years. And I still have a copy kicking around. And he always wanted me to give him that copy again. And who is we? Fuck you, you've admitted this. I'm getting emotional here, dude. And I never got him that copy. I never duplicated that copy and gave it to him. And then he passed away from complications of diabetes almost exactly a year ago. And I'm forever lost in that moment's notice. I'm never going to get him that CD. Mission failed. I don't take that lightly. And if only we didn't put him on the back burner too much, So, give people your time. It's one of the most valuable things you can give them.
Yeah.
Chris Christopherson, eat your fucking heart out.
Anyway, I was actually really good. Like what you.
That's what I would have said if I showed up to the memorial. Dude, I'm sorry I didn't show up.
No, dude, I felt that, dude. I'm sorry, dude.
I was trying to watch it live.
I'm sorry that I got mad at you and thought that you were.
It's in water under the bridge, dude.
Yeah, dude.
No use splitting hairs about that. Now here we are.
All right, so I got my story about Greg, but this one's a bit humorous too. I guess. This is gonna lighten the mood a little bit. I hope, but
this is becoming a Greg Memorial podcast.
I know. But this, I'll take the hit after this because I don't know if I'm gonna cry, but
You got to sit down for this one, guys. If you're standing, take a seat.
take a seat. I got to know Greg within the span of probably about a year and a half, 2 years. I got to know him really well. Probably better than I like. I know Fox probably better than I knew Greg, but
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I don't really know about that. Like, I got to know him really well. Like,
you did crash on his floor a lot when you were homeless.
I mean, yeah, he talked to me about he had a. I'm not gonna go into his personal life, but just he was.
Excuse me.
He was a very, very, very dear friend to me. Like, we spent so many days working on music together, and I remember working on Neural Implosion with him, and he would let me crash on his floor, and I would get up in the middle of the night and they'd go into his cabinet and grab his gross ramen noodles and eat this in the middle of the night and keep working on Neural Implosion and just power through the album, but I pumped that shit out in like 2 months at his place. And
Neural Implosion, what year was that?
2019.
2019? Yeah, that was a couple. Holy shit, has it really been that long?
Yeah.
That was pre-pandemic era.
Yeah. And it's just
Homosexuals was still playing shows at that time.
Yeah,
killing it.
There was this one time that...
Yeah, we were killing it. We were pretty tight.
There was this one time that I went over... there's a lot of times I went over to his house, but there was a time in, like, 2020, like, after the pandemic happened, where, like, we weren't really supposed to be going anywhere, but he still went there anyway. So I went to Greg's place and I had edibles on me. I had like a 1,000 milligram chocolate. It's a 1 gram chocolate bar of THC, 1,000 milligrams. And I split it with him. So I gave him 500 milligrams. And I was like, "You sure you can handle it?" And he was like, "I'll try it this one time, because you just released that record."
I miss Greg so fucking much.
I'm like, "All right, Greg, here you go." And he eats the cannabis I swear, like an hour later, we're sitting there on the porch smoking cigarettes, and I look over at Greg's got this face on. He looks over at me. He's like.
Show this camera.
You imagine he's like. You imagine Greg. You imagine that
the
stern
his eyes were like
Italian.
accentuated.
They were, dude. This is he couldn't see his eyes at all.
He's just total chick guy.
Yeah, and then walk upstairs was even better. Like he tripped on the steps like twice. He looked like Joe Biden.
Like Joe Biden falling up the stairs, not once, not twice, but 3 times in the same.
No,
guy needs a fucking Hoyer lift to get in the Air Force One.
We got back up.
That's our commander in chief.
But we got back up there.
We're fucked.
And I am not shitting anybody in this room when I say this. We got back up there. And I sat him down, and Greg had said he'd never been high on edibles before. This is his first time.
I believe that.
I asked him to sit down and play the guitar, and he sits down with it. He's like his hands are trembling, and he's holding the pick, and he goes.
I hate to put it this way. It may have interacted with his medication. Yeah. It may have had an interaction with his medication.
He goes, and he just like sits there, just like he looks like he's trying so fucking hard to do something, but he can't. He's like trying to take a shit or something. He's like pushing really hard. He's like and eventually he like strums, and then he like. Passes out.
Exhausted.
He falls asleep. And he was like the cutest thing sleeping there in that fucking chair. I swear to God. Like, he was asleep and I went over to him and I gave him a hug. I hugged him, man.
45-year-old man is zonked on edibles.
I miss that guy so much.
Oh, yeah, I miss him pretty hard. You know, it kills me, dude. He was starting to get up on his health. He was starting to do better. He was starting to take care of himself more, and things started looking better for him health-wise, but it was due to his own neglect. So if you got diabetes or some shit, man, listen to your doctor. And everyone out there, don't fucking lie to your doctors. They can't fucking help you if you fucking lie to them. I love it. I'm the only one I'm the only one my doctor trusts when I walk in and say, hey, I'm a fucking drunk. I drink. And he's like, okay, hey, you know what? You're the only honest patient I got. So.
You know what I like about Greg? He used to talk to me about music theory. I'm a little bit of a music theorist. I went to college for this shit, but he was always like, you got to take the third and then stack it with the fourth, and then you got to take the fifth, and then you go to the seventh, and then you're back at the one. You know, and it's
Yes,
just
Greg, that's the circle of fifths. I learned this in high school.
It wasn't even the circle of fifths, son. It was just like a scale.
See, it shows you how much I fucking know.
It was like we tried to talk about the circle of fifths, but then he was all about Daryl Rhodes because he got a lesson from Daryl Rhodes, and because he got a lesson from Daryl Rhodes, he got on a piece of paper that said he could teach lessons, which is probably more than what a lot of other people had. And he was going around being like, "I got a lesson from Daryl Rhodes. I deserve to give you a lesson. You want a lesson? I got sheet music. I got it all." And he was just walking around giving people lessons because he got lessons from Daryl Rhodes.
When I was recording him in Belfast, I agreed to be his manager. And one of the things he said is, can you get me jobs teaching people guitar? And I'm like, I can try, but if I'm gonna promote you as a guitar teacher, and bear in mind, I'm like 19 at the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm gonna promote you as a guitar teacher, I'm gonna need to see credentials. What do you mean? Credentials, a piece of paper that says you graduated from some university or something, a diploma. You don't have the credentials from a university. I can't do this for you. All right. He gets me this recently mailed piece of paper from...
I've got a whole bunch of comments.
Daryl Rhodes.
Daryl Rhodes. Okay, I'll stop after this. I'll shut the fuck up for 10 minutes solid, I promise. Matter of fact, I'll step out for a cigarette, see how it goes. But Daryl Rhodes, he comes to me with a recently mailed...
I've been following
saying,
Violet Mallory forever, and his sound is blossoming in a wonderful way. You're going places.
Who is this?
Kira Ann Smith says, I've been following Violet Mallory forever, and his sound is blossoming in a wonderful way. You're going places.
Yeah,
Thank
you are. She's absolutely correct.
Yeah,
she's absolutely correct.
So I gotta start. I was
Look at that glow. You kind of glowed a little bit there.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you were charmed by it.
I was. Yeah, it's good.
That's good. Well, because it's an honest compliment. Thank you. Thank you for the honest compliment.
Thank you. I'm gonna heart that.
I want to tell everyone how far Violet has actually gone. So I remember when Violet and me used to chill, and I didn't even know he was gothic at all. I didn't even know you were gothic, bro.
What?
I remember when we were first talking, right?
Yeah.
And this must have been how long ago? 4 years ago or something like that. And I was just like, yo, there's this new kid on the block that's doing music, and I'm like, cool, right? And then we go to the punk fest, right? Do you remember this? He nailed me in the back of the leg.
I didn't mean to do that.
And I was like, this motherfucker he meant to hit me. He ran across the fucking place, nailed me in the mosh pit. I'm so angry at him. And then maybe a couple months later, he puts together Toxikk Deception, blows up it, and we just become the best of friends afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all three of us.
Yeah, and Fox who's smoking right now, but he'll be back here in a little bit.
He's gonna kill his lungs slowly.
But anyways, so
shoot my cuffs.
So Violet, who's some of your influences?
My influences are, I like Velvet Acid Christ is my number one. They're my favorite band. But my probably number two influence would have to be Frontline Assembly. I'm a really big fan of very intricate, delicate, soundscapes. Stuff that's very, very well calculated and planned out. I like very, very, very fast tempos. Some of my songs reach tempos of 200, upwards of 200 beats per minute.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, because what I like to do is I like to create a beat that sounds like it's at more something like, let's say,
like
100.
slower, right?
Yeah, like 100.
You put it at 100, but you do it at 200.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody is doing that nowadays, especially in trap music.
Yeah, well, the reason why is because when you do that, it actually, because of the fact that it speeds it up, it gives you, it actually like virtually makes your sequencer bigger. Like you have more space to put in hi-hats where you didn't before on a normal FL Studio sequencer. I get what you're saying. Which is one of the things that I like about digital sequencing is that they've found, because it's all done on computers, they've found ways of like, you know, like allowing you to take shortcuts, and you know, like you can do glitches and create little different like by like moving, you know, cutting corners. There's lots of ways you can do that, whereas like with analog sequencing, if you're doing all your instruments with analog, it's like you have to get it right in the recording. If there's anything wrong with that recording, if you fuck up on any timing, you have, it's there forever, or you have to redo that multi-track. The best way to do analog equipment is on modern day technology is by taking what would be like a track processor, hooking it up to the computer, and then hooking up all of your analog synthesizers, drum machines, guitars, amplifiers, effects processors, anything. All your instruments get hooked up to this thing. You hook it to your laptop. This all gets hooked to your laptop. You can set it up in FL Studio MIDI settings, or whatever your DAW that you use has for MIDI settings. And basically, what you're going to want to do after you get this set up is, I'm sure those of you who are interested in doing analog equipment, I hear a lot of questions from people about like, how the fuck do you get like every instrument in your Red Acid tracks to be analog? Because I have done some 100% completely analog Red Acid tracks.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and what you have to do is you have to use one of these things. You have to buy one of these fucking effect. Fuck, I'm so high, dude.
Well, keep talking. Tell me. I want to know about this. You have to buy this effect pedal, like.
It's not an effect pedal. It's. I found mine at a fucking yard sale.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I recently found it too. Like, you know, the Red Acid track, the newest Red Acid track that's on my YouTube channel.
Check it out, everyone.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, like I'm not gonna remember that because Red Acid is indeed a joke band. But you know.
So what kind of software do you use? Do you use FL?
I use FL Studio and I use Renoise.
What's Renoise?
Renoise is it's a vertical tracker, but it's all tracking in code. So basically, you not code, but like it's all tracking through coordinates. It's like you input your sequences, like you create a loop. And then you feed the loop into Renoise, and then you put the loop, you know, you take the loop and you basically line it in the code on it's really hard to explain. It's a grid of numbers, and you've got to figure out where the coordinate is.
It's kind of like an 808 is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it runs
like a diagonal.
The best way to explain is it runs like, I didn't go to school or take any tutorials for this shit. I get onto these DAWs and I just.
That's the best way, I feel like.
Yeah, you put me to shame when you're on a DAW. You do work, dude. Like when this guy's at a console using FL Studio, this guy works. Dead ass, dude. I've been in the room sometimes with them, and I'm frozen. Oh, Franny Brochet.
She is, by the way, that is my girlfriend. She is coming up tomorrow. That is right, everybody. Ha ha ha. We are on The Price is Right. I'm just anyway. Hey, I am excited to see you tomorrow. Boo. That was kind of cringy. It'll be cringy in about 20 years. Give it some time. Yeah.
So tell us about your girl. How long
fucking
you been with
hurt him and you're done. I'm telling you right now.
No.
Actually, I should be addressing this one.
No women are getting hurt.
Yeah, but I'm talking about she hurts you.
I mean, she's not gonna hurt.
She's not gonna hurt you, right? Yeah, good.
She would no more heartbreak.
She would never
can't
do that.
take it anymore. Don't break his heart.
Joey Ramon Hernandez's FL Studio is really an amazing DAW, but different synths have different pure sounds you can't find on DAWs. Yes, actually, FL Studio does have a very, very unique variety of synths.
Also, it's versatile. You can plug in almost any VST in FL Studio and it will be compatible. Mm-hmm. Almost any VST.
FL Studio is, like, I would say the best DAW if you really want to get like that, like, old school skinny puppy, like
synth sound.
Like Bella Morte synth, like the old school goth synths from
they got all the TR series.
It's in the name. It's called Fruit Loops.
Fruity Loops. Yeah, that was the original.
Like
I started using Fruity Loops during Fruity Loops 3. Back in, I was in high school at the time. For fuck's sake.
You want to work on drums. Like I highly recommend if you're a drummer and you want to do production, like FL. You know what I mean?
Especially that. My favorite part about FL Studio is that step sequencer. It's unmatched. Out of any DAW, that step sequencer, it's the easiest to learn. It's the most... There was an older freeware program called Hammerhead Rhythm Station that was similar, but not the same. It felt more like an analog sequencer, like what he's got with Behringer.
Me and Dominic Coolidge...
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He's ex-member of my band.
He fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked up.
He fucked up.
But ex-member of my band, he came. I
still like him. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. Fucked up. You flop in your pee-pee. Don't do that.
If you're gonna first off, guys, don't post your dick on the internet. Don't send dick pics. Don't do that. Okay, just don't. If you're gonna get your dick on the internet, do it like I did and act in a professional porno. Okay, like that way it's behind a paywall and
that's
shit.
right, kids.
I mean, if
do it in porn.
Yeah, if you're gonna like,
I suppose
don't just snap a fucking picture of your dick or take a video of your dick and send it to people. It
Don't
always goes
that.
wrong. And especially in the case of Mr. Coolidge, I'm gonna roast you now because. If you're gonna post your tallywhacker, make sure it's a looker. Because I've seen it. And I'm not exaggerating. Nigga's got a small dick. If you're gonna do it if you're a looker. Don't do it. It'll come back and bite you. Fucking idiot.
I sent one chick a pick chick and she was a stripper.
A pick chick.
Oh, man, my
A
contact
dick
is getting itchy.
That's not a contact.
I know. Actually, wait. No, this is the contact. This is my real life. You don't understand. You don't
Show
understand
the camera your eyes.
Yeah.
Tell how long did this take to do your makeup, bro?
What? Do my makeup?
Yeah, how long did that take?
15 minutes.
Damn. Doesn't give a fuck.
How long have you been in wizard school for? 32 years!
What?
It's a reference to Bruce Wizard.
I don't get it.
Never mind.
Could I have some more weed?
Yeah, we'll smoke.
Let's smoke a bowl, man.
Smoke a bowl, yeah. We smoke.
We're about to wrap this up anyway.
Do we have joint papers? I can roll some fat joints.
Whatever it takes for you to get fucked up.
I can roll a good fucking fat joint. Like I will get us all fucked up if you guys got a joint papers.
I got a question for you. You mentioned that recent spike in record sales after your show.
Yes.
Well, what was one of those records that you sold? You got a side project going on.
Yeah, Red Acid?
Yeah, the shitcore one.
Didn't sell any of those records.
I thought you did. I thought you said because you featured an artist on that record.
Chico Bologna.
The triumphant return of Chico Bologna was featured on that record.
You want to talk about those sales, motherfucker.
That guy is such a bitch.
I know.
Chico Bologna.
He's a fucking drug addict. Dude. And a rapist.
And a furry.
I can't believe I did a collaboration with him.
I mean, people call me a furry, but I don't jerk off to animal porn. Don't wear the fucking costumes, none of that shit. This guy does. Unironically.
Chico Bologna, he's a degenerate man.
He's a degenerate. He was in a boy band back in the 90s or some shit.
What?
Called, Los Cinco Muchachos. Or El Cinco Muchachos. They couldn't even get their Spanish right. They did the singular the, and then 5 boys. So it was El Cinco Muchachos. They couldn't even get their fucking Spanish right. Who was it? Chico Bologna, Enrique Pancake Esquire III, Bruno Burrito. They had 5 members like every other boy band from the time.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just.
But no, Chico Baloney fucking
ADHD.
threw what was it? Little Penis OD'd and almost died or something. We thought he was dead. Turns out he was. I guess he had a fentanyl interaction or something, and I guess the guy he bought the drugs off of was some guy named Dustin. Anyway, and Chico Baloney threw a fit about those like 8 record sales because Lil Penis spent his cut on opiates. Right? Isn't that something to the effect of what happened? And then he quit the band. And Red Acid broke up. How many times has Red Acid broken up?
I think like 3 times.
Jesus, dude. Are they going to get back together?
I don't know, dude. Lord Skinflute's kind of on the fence about it. He opened the gates to the Nether Realms the other week, and he couldn't find enough fucking stone blocks.
You know, he was talking about that Dustin guy, too. Yeah. Aren't you going to get featured on some podcast at some point soon?
It's on mine. Trinity plus 4.
No, another one.
I already was.
No, what? Oh, you already was.
DJ Marty Red Dog.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking about the other... Oh, yeah, Anonymous Radio Redux.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, you're going to be on that.
I'm going to be doing that pretty
Big shout
soon.
out to my best pal, Dustin Black Fox Pierce.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Nice. Sorry.
I can't believe he sold Lil Penis those drugs.
Why did you do that, Dustin?
Why'd you sell Lil Penis the drugs? He OD'd during a music video. Just dropped in the middle of the street.
That's fucked, dude. On his own music video?
Yeah.
You want to hit a weed?
I hit this shit.
It's on YouTube.
Here.
In the video, he drops in the middle of the street. And the cameraman's complaining about the lighting immediately before it happens.
Wow.
It's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen.
You guys should check out. We're gonna show you afterwards. You guys should.
I think that's the one that had Chico Baloney featured on it.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Triumph. I'm sorry.
Sure.
He'd throw a fit if he heard me call it that. It's the triumphant return of Chico Baloney.
Indeed. And I did this collaboration with this loser because I thought it would be like. He told me that he would give me some drugs.
He thinks he's a super thug.
Yeah, he does.
But the moment I stood up, he was like, "Hey, don't be hating!" and stuff like Chico Baloney.
Don't be hating.
Let's talk about Susie Nix.
No, I want to talk about Chico Baloney.
All right, fine. Fuck Chico Baloney. Seems like it's punk.
No, let's talk about Susie Nix.
Susie Nix.
Because you got...
So
we can't actually... We might not be able to talk about Susie Nix.
Why?
For a
Copyright!
a different
All
legal
right,
reason.
fine. I don't give
You're
a shit.
impending...
I mean,
Yeah, let's leave
I
that
wrote
out.
most
Yeah,
of the
let's not
songs.
talk about
I don't know.
I can say whatever
I don't
I want.
even know what the fuck that is.
All right, well, cool. Good. Yeah,
All
that's... it's not relevant.
Anyways,
it's not relevant.
I think.
anyway.
What do you think? I think it's about that time we wrap this up. It's been about an hour. So, all right, everybody out there in.
Well, thanks for getting us all to agree on that. I guess I'll amend the motion.
All right.
Your laptop's not charging.
Yeah, it's like my laptop's fucked. But anyways, so thanks everyone for coming out here for the first podcast. We just killed it. We got Violet in here from Toxikk Deception. We got Fox Maloney of Homeless Sexuals.
Stage name, please. Stage name.
Fox Azure.
Thank you.
And check out his single Hurt that I produced, and we did a great job that we got the legal.
Direct people to that cringy video.
It was a great video and one of my early shots, and I'll check you guys all out on
The biggest thing
free
people
world.
talk shit about that video is your shaky camera work.
And check out all the other videos on Trinity plus 4. Let's peace out, guys.
Peace out. Peace out.